Okay, let's learn how to remove duplicate objects based on some properties like name using filter and findIndex. Now, writing the code is pretty simple, but actually understanding how it works underneath the hood is a little bit more complicated. So let's do const no duplicates. It's going to be equal to items dot filter. And when we're filtering, we get access to each item, and I'll also use the index. Okay, what are we going to return? We're going to return the index where it's triple equal to, and then we're going to do another loop inside with findIndex items dot findIndex, and then I'll call this item2, and then we're going to return item2 dot name triple equals to item dot name. I know it looks very confusing. I will talk over it. Let's console it off, no duplicates. Make sure we have everything correct. Yep. Okay, so how does this work? First of all, we have to notice that filter is a loop, and so is findIndex. And findIndex is inside a filter, so we have a nested loop. How does nested loops work? The outer loop will run the first iteration, then the inner loop has to finish running before the outer loop runs its second iteration. Okay, let's start with iteration 0. The index for filter is currently at 0, and it's returning index 0. Now filter calls his friend findIndex and says, hey findIndex, can you loop through this array again and try to find an item name that's currently matching my current item name? And findIndex would say, okay, I'll start from here, from index 0. It finds the name hat, which is the same as filter.item.name, which is hat, right? So then it returns that here. When it returns it, filter now checks, hey, the name's the same, but is the index the same? And for this one, it's yes. So then filter pushes that value or that object into its return array. That's why we see hat. Okay. Now, same thing for the first shoe, but how did it filter out the second shoe? Like right here, this one. Well, index 0, 1, 2. So filter is currently at index 2. It's telling findIndex, hey, find an item with the name shoe. But remember how findIndex works. It has to start from the beginning, and it stops as soon as this condition is met. And this condition will be met at index 1. So it will return index 1. But then filter says, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm currently at index 2. You're returning the object with the same name, but it's at index 1. So I'm not going to push that into my return array. Sorry. So then this one gets left behind. Okay. Same thing for the Rolex right here. The name will match from findIndex, but when it returns, the index will not match with the index from filter. So filter, who has the final say since it's the outer loop, will not push the object into its final array answer. So that's why we get what we get here. Cool, right? I hope that was easy to understand. I try to make it as simple as possible.